Hello, Internet, and welcome to Neon Souls. Thank you for joining us this lovely Friday evening. We're here to play the Sprawl like we do every Friday and come up with more abominations. We'll get to that in a minute, but thank you for joining us. Today I am the MC of this lovely little show that we do, and I'm gonna go ahead and go through our announcements real quick, let everyone introduce themselves, and then we're gonna get started. Our next stream, if you like what you see today and you want to join us for more shows, we do something almost every day throughout the week except for Mondays and Wednesdays. Our next stream after this one is going to be tomorrow. That is Saturday nights. I'm going through 4 different names in my head. Star Power. We are playing Overarms, which is a new game that was created by Rookie Jet Studios. It's very JoJo's Bizarre Adventure meets Persona meets... well, pretty much those 2 things are the things that we've pulled from, so you can just go with those things if you enjoy them. It's very anime. It's very fun. We had our first session 2 weeks ago, so this is our second session of it, so it's a good time to get in and watch. You can catch our first game of it on YouTube. The time for that game is 7 o'clock Eastern time, so come join us there. Otherwise, you can check out our full schedule below our faces if you're watching us live on Twitch, and you can see all the fun stuff that we do throughout the week. I don't think we have anything. We had a few things out of the ordinary this week, games that we missed, and then we had a special one-shot that we did on Wednesday that GB ran. That will be going up on our YouTube fairly soon, so you can check that out there when that goes live. Anyway, I'm going to let these people go around and introduce themselves, talk about who they're playing, what they do off of this channel, and any other fun stuff that they want to share. Fun facts. GB, you're first.
Great Tavern, and tonight will be playing Klaxon, the drone jockey driver. And I'll just say tomorrow morning on Sunday mornings, I play Deep Sky Derelict on my own channel, and then on Thursdays I play over on Indoor Adventures channel, and back here on Sunday, Sunday, 4 o'clock, I play in Monster of the Week. Right here. That's me, GB.
Hi, I'm Morgan, also known as Imagine Matrix all over the internets. It's the only thing I go by other than my name. And I mainly hang out here. I'm playing Clarity the Hacker. I sometimes stream, but we are on hiatus right now because of school.
Hello. It's my turn. I'm Savvy at Savvy Seaworth on the internets. I'm here when this channel is live. I'm also on a couple of other places on the internet. On Mondays, not this week, we're off this coming week, but next week on twitch.tv/encounter roleplay at 8 p.m. Eastern time, we have the premiere of season 2 of Lessons in Deep Magic, which we just finished up the first season of last week, I think. It was great. I'll be there Monday night, and then in a couple weeks on Wednesdays, I'll be on twitch.tv/encounter roleplay running iHunt on Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. Eastern time. But today, I am playing Choke, the Killer. And I have a guest next to me.
Hi, I'm LB Hackemup. You can find me at LB Hackemup on the Twitters and the Twitches. I'll be here tomorrow playing in the guest game in Star Power. Well, I'll be the guest. The game is not a guest, but I'll be playing in it. I will be missing Slaying 101, unfortunately, due to flight changes. Thanks, Delta. But I will be on Indoors channel Sunday night and Monday doing some D&D, Tomb of Annihilation, and our homebrew game. I'll be back here on Tuesday. I might stream on my own. I've really gotten into Dead by Daylight on Tuesday during the day. But Wednesday, Nerd Immersion's channel, doing Rod of 7 Parts. Thursday, streaming on my own channel. I'll be at Lauren's house playing some things spooky. I'm sure she has a jump scare game ready for us. And then I'll be off until Slaying 101 again. So, yeah. Oh, tonight I'm playing Swin. She's a fixer and obsessed with Choke. Have you seen her?
I mean, Who can blame her, really? Sadly, we'll never have Delta as a sponsor. Anyway,
Not now.
I kid. Hi, I'm Christina Sid. You can find me on the Twitters at GreekSid. I am currently a GGK exclusive. So yeah, you'll see me tomorrow for Star Power 2. Woot! But tonight I am playing Impulse, the reporter, at least for right now. We'll see what happens.
And herding these cool cats and kittens is me, Sean. I'm the MC of this game. I'm on all the things on this channel, so you can find me here whenever we go live. And let's get started, shall we? I'm gonna recap what happened last session the best I can, because we went off on a lot of tangents, and then we'll get going. So last time you were concluding a mission that you had been given to search out, or to steal some IDIS property, 5 skins, or these synthetic essentially body suits that people can upload their consciousness into, created by IDIS to use at their theme parks in the form of Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Goofy Dog, Donald Duck, Cinderella, and Tinkerbell. I remembered those without having to go to my notes. You decided to infiltrate the train that it was being transported on by adjusting the shipping logs, or the manifest, and having Klaxon's tank added to the shipment. You were very successful in doing that. Got onto the train without a hitch. You were in the process of loading these skins into your vehicle. You had a slight hiccup when you accidentally activated or damaged Goofy's pod, and Goofy, who in Disney's branding in recent years had a crossover with some Cthulhu or Eldritch lore, and now with their tentacles and their new programming, sort of activated some sort of AI subroutine and began talking, saying some really creepy stuff. You threw a tarp over it, or a scarf or something, and stuck it in the back of the car just to ignore it. Luckily, you didn't have to fight Goofy, which I was very upset about, but y'all make your own choices.
You're gonna make us fight Goofy.
I was going to make you fight all of them if it went bad enough. I had a whole plan. It was going to be wild, but you guys rolled very well. You had a short run-in with security when Clarity activated the doors on the train moving at almost Mach 1, which ripped the compartment open, jettisoning the 2 security guards into the desert. They probably didn't feel anything. They were dead as soon as the doors opened. And the scheduled train stop occurred. You escaped in your new Tesla tank and the... oh my god, I just forgot the name of your car, GB. The Tortuga.
Thank you.
Thank you. Jesus. There were so many words that went through my mind for just that I knew weren't right. You escaped through the desert, avoiding Aegis security by driving through a shrimp farm where the shrimp had been mutated into giant predatory... Hold on, I wrote this phrase down somewhere last session. Predatory, hallucinogenic, land-walking giant shrimp. You shot a couple of them for food because you wanted to eat these shrimp, because that's what a sane person does when seeing these things.
Masculine, it's the only way to fly, just saying.
It was only one of us.
Impulse really
It was
wanted...
not us. That was not a we thing.
What is wrong with you guys?
Impulse will
What's
take
this show?
full responsibility for that. I'm sorry.
Hey, LP, this show's changed a little bit since the last time we were here. You killed some of these shrimp by taking pot shots at them as you drove through this farm. You were attacked by one of them, which attacked you, Impulse and Choke. You got a couple. You brought home. You escaped the Aegis pursuit. You made the drop where you were successful in your negotiations. You received your full payout for this mission, as well as learning that the employer that, or your employer for this job was Catechism. You also learned, as you were driving home, that there had been some developments while you were gone, and you were wanted by the police as they had besieged your workshop in response to the attack, which they had classified as a bombing of the OmniTrust data storage facility that you had destroyed one of the server banks of a few months ago. You decided to deal with this development by framing your good friend Ricky Steele for this crime. You planted the evidence at Ricky's former base, where you had left him in his vault to be taken by Ares Aegis for all sorts of ungodly experiments and who knows what. It seemed that you were successful. Oh, no, wait. We met somebody else. Somebody Titanium. I forgot what we named that guy. It's Ricky Steele. It wasn't Mickey Titanium.
Mikey.
That wouldn't make sense. Mikey
Titanium.
I think it was Mikey.
Yeah, Mikey Titanium. And you were successful in pinning the blame on Ricky for this job. You returned to the workshop as soon as the heat had died down and the police had left your base. And as we finished up last week, Clarity, going into her computer systems, had learned that the San Angeles PD had attempted to access your data or your hard drives as part of their investigation. But you also saw that somebody else had attempted to access your hard drives a little while later, though you weren't able to immediately identify who. All of that happened in one game last week. So where we pick up today is you have returned to your workshop. You don't have a job currently. You have the fallout of everything that happened if you want to look into any of that. But a couple of you have some stuff that you wanted to do between missions. Also, Swin's here. I don't know how if it's ceremonious in any sort of form, or if it's just y'all wake up and Swin comes down from Choke's room.
I don't address it.
You don't address it.
At all.
Okay. All right.
I love choice number 2. She just
Okay.
shows up to get coffee for Choke again, and we're like, wait, what?
Yeah. So, what do y'all want to do with your summer vacation? Not summer vacation, your downtime. I don't know what you guys want to do. So, we have a couple of moves that we can start with while the rest of you think. Otherwise, that can lead us into our next job. So, let's go ahead and, unless somebody has anything off the bat, we'll go and do Impulse and Clarity's things.
I have one now too.
You have one now, too? Oh, okay, cool. What's yours?
The storage thing. I dig through junk piles and find bits of gear.
Right. Okay. Does that involve a roll?
Yep.
All right. Yours sounds probably the fastest. So let's do yours.
All right. And what do I roll? Why did I pick that one? That's not my good stat. At least there's no negative to failing this, so.
I mean, there's always a negative to failing things. It's just
Yeah,
whether it's specified or not.
Yeah, it's not specified there. So, yeah, I get 1 gear. Digging
Okay.
through junk.
So essentially, I mean, it sounds like the premise of the move is that you, between missions, get to spend
It's
your
when
time
you
scavenging.
start a new mission, but since we're starting the session, I figured we just
Gotcha. No, that's
get
fine.
it out of the way now.
We do
Yeah.
it now, and then you don't have to do it at the beginning of the
Yeah.
mission. Perfect.
So I get 1 gear for that.
Do you just go dumpster diving for?
But it says you look through your spare parts and stuff. I took it from the other playbook, so I assume, I either go to an actual junkyard with Rosie me, Rosie, Chappie, and Spiderball go search a junkyard or something. Maybe I'll make it like a contact at some point where they have a scrap yard and we dig through it, because that's more fun than just like, oh look, on the shelf I happen to have a catapult.
I mean, where do you think Scooter gets most of his stuff? Like,
Yeah.
maybe the two of you go and you bond at some of Scooter's favorite salvage yards and just like,
I'll put my brain to it.
yeah. Okay, so that's Claxton. You can mark your gear. If I didn't say it previously, any gear and intel you guys had from the last mission, you lose. So make sure you guys erase that stuff. So starting off strong there. That is Claxton. Let's do Clarity's. So Clarity, you picked up a move.
Yep. It's called Chromed. So, it's choosing a piece of cyberware at character creation or in downtime. I describe how I got it and paid for it, same as I did for any other piece of cyberware. So, Clarity took a little trip to Apollo's Olympus and was like, so, I hear you promised me some eyes. Because I was there and you said that I could get ice.
So you come up to, after being escorted through Apollo's, the gates to Olympus and by the death orbs, and Apollo greets you at the doors leading you inside. And stops for a moment and says, oh, right. Yes, I did do that. And I certainly do owe you for everything and the eyes. Again, I'm sorry about that.
I got over it.
Yep, and here they are.
Why?
Sorry, I had to there.
He says, right. Pythia, and there's a sort of a digging like an Alexa in the home, and then suddenly this like panel lights up on the wall and says, bring up a catalog for Clarity, cybernetics, implants, 5th generation, and the panel sort of lights up and begins scrolling through this whole list of sort of next to latest generation cybernetic equipment and implants and for you to scroll through. He says, I don't trust the newest stuff. It usually tends to be buggy. Pick what you want. I'll arrange the details.
Perfect. Well, so her eyes are gonna look the same as they do. Still just green glowy. They've grown on her. But I'm gonna go ahead. Should I just say what tags I picked?
Yes. Yeah, go and do that.
Yep. So the tags light amplification, encrypted, and inaccessible partition are on her cyber eyes. And when your enhanced sight helps, you may roll synth for assess.
Oh, cool. Okay. So you've got essentially like supervision now.
Yep.
Supervision, not supervision. Nobody's supervising you. So you've got, and then you said encrypted and inaccessible partition.
Yep.
Cool. So I assume it's like going to be like visual data storage and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then light amplification, so I can see in dark places. I have night vision, essentially.
Very cool. God, Clarity's gonna turn into a cyber assassin with the invisibility and the night vision. It's, yeah. Okay, cool. You do, so normally any of you can get cybernetics at any point when you have downtime. Normally you'd have to roll for a to go under the knife and to work out a contact and all that. Because with the chromed move, you just do it as if we did it at character creation. You just have to pick one of the tags that before. We don't have to roll for anything. And I think the 3 tags are the either it's the like cheaper equipment and you scavenge for it yourself, but it's not something it's not the top of the line equipment and there's some sort of bug or fault with it. You're hunted where you took it from somebody, or you're owned because somebody paid for it for you. And I think for the conversation we had last time, you're just going to continue with the owned
Yes.
tag. Okay. Which I think you were already...
I'm owned by Soma for my neural interface.
Right. You are owned by some of your neural interface, and now you're owned by Oracle. Cyber Eyes. Okay. Good to know. So you work out the details with Apollo. Isn't going to charge you anything for it. Essentially considers this a, mostly an IOU for what happened before with your eyes.
Sorry,
But
I destroyed your eyes. Here's some
Yeah.
new ones.
yeah, but nothing's free, even with that. There's kind of it's not explicitly stated, but there is an understanding that I'm doing this for you. You're going to keep working for me, sort of thing. Very cool. Anything else with that, or is that it?
Clarity
gonna
comes
come
back
show
and
off.
is like, new eyes! And they look exactly the same.
Do you like
Whoa, those are
up?
great.
Great.
Right? I think they really bring out like my complexion more, and I don't know, I think they're really nice. And oh, hi Swin. And I just think that, well, now I can see stuff better, which is really cool.
So upgrade.
And-
Okay, great.
Yeah, and I can like see in like the dark, which is cool. So I mean, that could be helpful. I don't know. Yeah, I like
Yeah.
them.
That's amazing. Did you? I mean, that sounds like a pretty penny. Like,
Oh no, Apollo owed me, seeing as
Uh-oh.
he kind of made the eyes destroyed in the first place. So
absolutely.
yeah, so I just thought I'd go and remind him that he did say that I would get new eyes, and he seemed to be open to it. I mean, he did give me new eyes, so
Get yours, get paid. I'm so proud of you. That's wonderful.
thanks.
And you have dental.
Yeah, now I have dental too. Maybe I can get cyber teeth.
Amazing. If you could like bite through brick, I mean, come on.
I could get you some like really good like shark teeth where there's like 3 rows of them. If you really
Ooh.
want them, just ask. I know where to find them.
It could be so intimidating.
It does make chewing some things more difficult and flossing's a little weird, but if you want them, I got you.
I'll think
I
about
mean,
it.
I don't gotcha. You have to pay for them, but that's what I'm saying.
I'll think about it.
Zetter. So I was going to ask you about that whole selling organs thing, but
Mhm.
unfortunately we have lost our spare body. Never mind.
I'm sure there'll be more.
Yeah, well, we can only hope.
Impulse. You're
Oh, yeah. I have a thing.
You've got a thing. You've got a crew.
I do.
Did
So
you decide on who your crew is?
I was gonna hire Mikey Titanium.
Yep. Okay.
Well, at least for the deliveries portion. So I got the new move Hustlin', yeah. And I have a 2-person crew. And I can do at the moment I can do 2 separate jobs. So one of them is doing deliveries for people. So I figure that's kind of what I will, delegate out to Mr. Mikey Titanium. And then brokering deals, which, I figure she can handle on her own. So, yeah.
Okay. So how does your between session stuff work with that? So you've got Mikey Titanium and his crew.
His bro, yeah.
Yeah. And then you're gonna handle some of the aspects of it yourself. Okay. How does your between mission stuff work with your?
I roll
Hustle.
edge.
Okay.
And if it goes well, then, well, I chose them both because they earn me cred. So we'll get a little money going. So if I do well, I get cred. If it doesn't go so well, interesting things happen. So that'll be fun either way, really.
Okay.
So again, we have not yet cleansed the palette of roll 20, so I'm going to roll physical dice because roll 20 still hates me. So. Ooh. So that is a 9.
9. Okay. What happens on a 9?
On a 9. On a 7 to 9, one of the jobs is a disaster, and you profit from the other one.
Okay.
So I'll say, I mean, obviously the one I handled myself went just fine. So the brokering deals one went well. But the deliveries one, so the disaster is that the delivery never arrived. Is what it says for the disaster.
Okay. So Mikey was handling the delivery.
Yes.
So you still get paid for the other one. How much cred do you get for the ones that you get paid for? 1 cred. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I want to start pushing some things because I want there to. I want more drama and stuff to happen with some things. So I'm gonna offer you a sort of devil's bargain here.
Okay.
I will let you profit from the other job as well. Meaning you do get the shipment. But it turns out that shipment was connected to, I'm going to go with a Soma like medical supplies shipment. It was included in that, and that's where Mikey acquired it from. He wasn't subtle about it. It's probably going to come back on you. So we'll advance the Soma corporate clock, but you'll get paid.
Let me take a peek at the Soma clock.
You don't have any ticks on the Soma clock right
Oh,
now.
hell yeah, yes. Sorry, friends. It's just one. We're okay, right? Just one. Yeah.
Yeah. We're how many 13 sessions into this, guys? I gotta start advancing these clocks more. So yeah, you get paid for it, and we'll get you paid for both. So you got 2 cred. Mikey kind of fucks up though, and the Soma.
Mikey gets smacked around a little bit.
Yeah.
But he'll do better next time.
Yeah. Do you smack him around? Or do you pay somebody else to smack him around?
I'll do it for free.
I smack him around. That's one thing that I don't delegate out. Sorry. In the end, he kind of liked it, so it's fine.
I'm sure. All right. Any other between session stuff?
I have a beginning of session thing,
Oh,
but I don't really have anything to be doing.
okay. What's your beginning of session thing?
Yeah, you do.
I have one thing I could be doing. It is, I love it when a plan comes together. It's at the start of a mission. Roll edge.
Oh, start of a mission.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's save that because I don't know what you guys are.
That's why I said I have a start of mission thing.
Oh, I thought you said session. Sorry. So yeah, we'll wait on that. Cool.
Did nothing.
Sorry.
Was it nothing to you?
Not that. I don't have to roll for that.
Or do you? Let's roll meat. No, that's gross. You guys have a couple days off. Any other things that you want to do? Shopping, conversations, anything like that, or just playing it?
Impulse has a date to go on.
Right.
Yeah, she does.
Right. because that was the other thing that happened is in a bizarre turn of events, Clarity was able to convince Impulse to go on the date in VR for Clarity with Phoebus.
Yes.
How much of this date can we actually play out on stream, and how much is going to get us banned by by Twitch?
You know, she doesn't want it to go that way with Phoebus. She thinks
Okay.
he's a real nice little guy.
Okay.
So
I don't think Phoebus is the kind of guy to initiate that stuff either.
no,
No,
no.
it's not. I was just worried what Impulse is going to get
No,
up to.
no. Again, you know what? Sex is an issue of control with her, so she's not going to do that to friends or people she actually likes or respects. She's very healthy about it.
Okay. All right. So why don't we set the scene? I do want to play out this date because this has been a long time coming. How does this date happen? It's in VR, and you are using Clarity's
avatar.
What is
Which-
Clarity's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does it look like?
Clarity's
She's gonna ask,
avatar.
like, what do I look like?
Looks like an anthropomorphic rabbit, white rabbit with green eyes.
So you just actually
Amazing.
just take her braids and flip them up.
Yeah,
to the,
Essentially.
Amazing.
Perfect.
Dressed in just like grungy, cyberpunk outfit, and is just cute little rabbit.
So are we talking like as if Ida's made a skin of a rabbit, like that sort of like anthropomorphic rabbit, or are we talking like creepy, like very like ancient times, like I put a rabbit head over myself, like
We're
which
talking
are we
like cutesy.
Okay, good, awesome, wonderful. Okay. And I mean, like, I know my goals for all of this is to, one, make up for the fact that I caused all of this in the first place. But also, it's always about information gathering. So is there anything in particular that you'd like me to assess or gather from this conversation?
No, I mostly just want to watch you do it.
Oh. That's fair. Okay.
So Clarity is monitoring this date.
Yeah, Clarity just wants to watch.
Okay.
Clarity likes to watch. It's great.
What is the
No.
what I was saying, because you're meeting up online, like what's the date here? Like, what did you invite him to do?
It's like I feel like there are like date zones in the Matrix that are like set up for fake dinners or fake like bowling or games and stuff like that.
She'll take him to a fake escape room. Can we do an
Yeah.
escape room?
That's perfect.
Okay.
That is perfect. Yeah. So it's basically we're just describing Second Life at this point.
Yes.
Okay. So you you meet up with Phoebus at this escape room world, and you Phoebus, his avatar is, I think it's a humanoid body with a fish head, like a cute fish head, like a goldfish. I don't know, like a koi. I don't know, cute fish, but it's like cartoonish, not like human-ish fish. I don't know. Anyway, I just went with it because I just had the Pokemon stuck in my head. So he meets you at the escape room, and you're led into this. What would be the theme of this escape room? I don't know if I want to go with the same existential horror we've been doing for the
Jailbreak?
last couple sessions.
Steampunk.
I was gonna say
Steampunk?
pirates.
Pirate
Skip pirate
steampunk jailbreak.
You're stuck in the brig. You've got to get off the ship.
It's a
Plus
steampunk
steampunk.
pirate ship. Yeah. And you're escaping from the brig. Perfect. So you are locked into this, this hyper realistic virtual brig, and as you are locked in, the timer begins, and you begin to work out the puzzles. And Phoebus kind of is a little bit. He's been a little bit quiet and a little bit like nervous the whole time, and kind of like very quickly begins to like try to work on like whatever puzzles pop up and trying to figure things out, so that like it seems like that calms him down a little bit more to have something to work on. He says, I was a little surprised when you finally asked me. I really actually like these escape rooms, so thank you.
Well, yeah, I'm glad that you're gonna, have fun and everything. And sometimes I just feel like my entire life is an escape room because, like, I'm just like in this closet like all the time. But that's not quite true because, like, there's actually like not a lock on my closet. Well, there is, but it's like only on the inside, so like no one could like lock me in from the outside. But yeah, I like them too.
Good. That's good. It just like keeps working on the.
There, he's like, oh my gosh, I think there's a key under there. Go under there. Go under there.
I'm getting like cheat codes from Clarity.
Clarity's super invested in the actual escape room part of the escape room.
She should have went on the date herself then. I'm sorry. I'd be like, sorry, shh, we're having trouble. I can't hear you.
The thing about Clarity is she wants to see Impulse suffer for what she did. So
it's true.
This is about spite.
100%. And Impulse knows this, and she knows she deserves this, so she will do this because Clarity is her friend.
So the escape room continues, and just like kind of awkward small talk, mostly focused on the escape room itself. You find a couple of keys. Eventually, you're on the deck of the pirate ship, and you're trying to steer it away from running into this to a cliffside, while also trying to load the cannons to fight off another pirate ship that is coming. These escape rooms have gotten very elaborate, Phoebus says, so oh shoot, and like kind of ducks as like a cannonball goes whizzing overhead, and it says, so you're still with, so thank you for helping me with getting the job from Apollo. I was actually kind of surprised when he contacted me about that. How are you feeling about everything there and everything that happened? It seemed like it got kind of rough there.
Oh, well, yeah, like things were a little, scary there. Very scary, actually. That entire thing was really scary, and I didn't like it. It was really a hazardous work environment, but you know what? I feel like since like management has changed, that like that might be a different thing now, and since it's going to be a different thing now, I thought, maybe like new is old is new, and it'd be good to have like, some of the old still there with the new,
Yeah, I think. Well, I was saying, since it's kind of a smaller team now, and there's less, if you wanted to collaborate on more jobs in the future, that might be good, since we know each other and stuff.
Gonna get really still and pretend that like she got bad Wi-Fi or something. And like pause. Is pause a thing? Sure, pause is a thing. So she'll just freeze and then she'll pause. And then she'll kind of turn to Clarity and be like, do you want me to encourage this? Like, this is all you, doll. Like, I mean, I can, or I can go like as just as friends, like, as colleagues, or
yeah, I mean, he's fine to work with just as friends.
Okay, no, I'll push it as that. Yeah, no, that I value his work. Okay, no, that's all. I was just checking. Okay, all right. And then freeze back in. Yeah, sorry, I don't know what that was. But yeah, absolutely. I think we work really well together as colleagues, and yeah, like you're very smart, and it's very helpful to have like, different minds in different places, because all the minds are different, but some minds are the same, but some of them are very different, but then they're really different. Like if you put a bomb in someone's mind, then it gets really different, but then you can take the bomb out, and then it's, it's sort of normal again. Sort of, you know?
No, but yeah, sure, okay. Yeah. Well, I'll let you know if I start when I get my next, or you let me know if you need any help, and we can, just help each other as colleagues. Yeah, yeah. Cool. Oh crap! And like ducks down again as like the cannon goes off and fires and hits one of the other ship, which kind of like fractures the hull, and the whole thing kind of starts like cartoonishly sinking down into the water. Just as you up there have figured out, as Clarity is pointing at something, and you figure out the puzzle to untie the knot on the around the wheel of the ship, and then you turn it and steer it away from the cliffside, and then it seems like the sun rises and there's this big fanfare music, and you have successfully accomplished the escape room.
He's earned a high five. She'll give him a high five.
I
Our
think
high five's still a thing? Our high five's still a thing? Our high five's still a thing in 200 years.
I think it's elbows now because of COVID. So
yes.
that just
He'll
stuck
get an elbow.
after 2020, and so
Totally makes sense.
Yeah.
He earned an elbow. Yeah.
I think there's a moment, and there's that awkward moment where like he kind of starts to go in for like a hug, and then you do the elbow, and he's like, oh, and he does the elbow, and then he's like, okay, well, this has been really nice. If I'm probably gonna go get something to eat. I'm kind of getting hungry. I mean, if you wanna, there's a ramen plate. Okay, it was good to talk to you. Bye. And he just kind of like logs off.
Oh my god, thank you so much for doing that. I mean, I think your me impression could use like a little tweaking.
It
but
was,
overall-
yeah, I mean, it was just like kind of off the cuff. Like I couldn't exactly like script it out, but
I mean, overall, it was good. I think we could work together to really make sure that your clarity impression, your me impression, is just like on point, which it was on point. But I really think that could be something that you could use in the future. But yeah, thanks so much for doing that for me. That was really awkward otherwise. I mean, I can't imagine if I had to be there myself. I mean, I was there. He doesn't know that I was there. Well, he thinks I was there, but I actually wasn't there, but I was with you. So it's basically like I went on the date anyway.
I was about to say, like, you could have done exactly what I did and just actually enjoyed an escape room and just reinforced the idea that you don't see him as anything more than a friend.
See, the thing about that is there's like a 98% chance that I would hurt his feelings somehow. And I thought that there was less of a chance of you doing that, since you kind of get the whole human interaction thing a little bit better.
Well, my idea of human interaction's a little different, but no, that's a fair point. Well, I mean, we could kind of switch next time, and then you actually do an outing, and then I'm just there to make sure that you're not, gonna destroy someone's soul with your words,
That makes sense. I mean, I already made you do this for me, so I wouldn't make you do it again. I feel like this is enough atonement, and you didn't say yes to another date with him, so that's nice of you to do.
Yeah, well, I felt like we might just give everyone a break in that regard.
Besides, I like bad boys.
Oh. I mean, that's good to know for the future.
We're bad girls. We're bad anyone.
Also,
It's been a problem.
good to know. I mean, any names in particular come to mind, or?
No. Mainly because I haven't actually dated anyone. It's just what I'm attracted to.
I understand. I mean, you could just give this a shot. Like, you know, I mean, there are like 18 different blind date, like Matrix avatar dating programs. You could just pick one and see how you like it. I mean, if you're even interested in that, like, I mean, if it's not a priority, it's not a priority. It's like, whatever, you know, but just saying.
Yeah, the thing about that is if I go on a blind date, then I'm required to talk to people, and I really don't want to talk to most people. I mean, even people I'm attracted to, I'm not usually interested in talking to them. I just like looking at them.
I'm fairly certain that you can find someone who's kind of on your same wavelength, so to speak.
I'll look into it.
Just a thought.
Okay. Oh yeah, did I tell you that someone tried to hack into my computers?
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, someone tried to hack into my computers.
When?
When we were gone.
Joke!
Comes running.
Say that again, but say it to them.
Are you okay?
Oh yeah, just while we were gone, someone tried to hack into my computers.
I thought someone was dying.
Did I not mention this to you guys? I could have sworn when I figured it out I did. Maybe I just
No.
pretended
No.
I did.
Do you know who it was?
No, that's what I'm trying to figure out is who was trying to hack into my computers.
I'm gonna let you guys deal with this. I'm gonna go. Should I get Claxton?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Slides over to Claxton. They need you. Also, I need to talk to you about something later. It's pretty important. But their thing seems a little bit more important. Somebody hacked something or tried to, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Appreciate it, Twin. Later.
Coffee? I'm gonna get coffee.
Oh, yeah. A gallon. Just the whole, you know. Yeah.
Become the secretary of the group, I guess.
What's up, guys? You got hacked? You got hacked?
No, they weren't successful because I'm very good at what I do.
That's
But yeah, just while we were gone, the police were chasing us, and everything was kind of woo. Just someone tried to hack into my computer, and I don't know if it was the police or not. It could have been someone else. I don't know if they were just letting anyone in here. I mean, it was a crime scene, kind of. I wonder if they had the yellow caution tape for it. Anyway, someone tried to hack in, and I kind of think we should figure out who, or at least try and find out what they were trying to access. But
Can you do that?
yeah, I can do that.
I'll see if Rosie saw anything whilst we were out.
Yeah, if we could get I don't know, do we have security cameras here? I never asked about it.
We will now.
Yeah, because that would have been super helpful. I could hack into the security cameras across the street and see if I could see who was coming and going and, going and coming and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, I'll see if Rosie saw anything. I'll play back her passive sight modulation and see if I can't see if physically anyone entered the closet.
I have nothing to contribute to this.
Yeah, go back to your date.
Just walks out of the room.
Well, I guess we can get started on this.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to try going through so you want to figure out what it was they were trying to get.
Yes.
I'm trying to remember because I feel like I said it at the end of the last session, but I don't remember. Okay, I'm just gonna give it to you without rolling because I feel like I said it last time, but I also might have just imagined myself saying it, but for the sake of
I
just-
don't remember.
yeah, I don't either. God, it's only been a week and I can't remember. You look through the access logs and what you had pulled up to confirm that somebody had tried to hack into your system and the alerts that you had gotten. And yeah, you saw the initial attempts by the San Angeles PD to get into your systems unsuccessfully. The person who tried to get in later on, a few hours later, after San Angeles PD tried to access it, it was successful in getting past your sort of perimeter firewalls to your less protected data on your computer, on your system. And specifically, they had tried to get into and were unsuccessful in fully accessing it, data that you keep on prior jobs that you've run. And it seemed by the code words that they were looking for and some of the commands that they were using, what you parse together is that they were trying to access a job that you had run. I don't think we ever set a timeline on it, but it was more than a year ago. One of the first jobs you worked with Impulse on, where you stole some information from Catechism regarding some VR development that they had been doing, and some you had stolen some sample data and some other data that you had delivered to your customer about some of the accidents and some other malfunctions that they had with this new VR technology. I don't know if you guys as players remember this, but this was the one that you guys set up as your initial job for Impulse. What do we call this? Operation My Bloody Valentine.
Oh, that's right, because it was VR on like Valentine's Day, but Valentine's Day isn't about love anymore. It's about fighting, right?
Yeah. I forgot we did all that. Like completely. It's just it's gone. Okay. So
it's all coming back. Okay.
Is Impulse just hanging out while I'm doing this?
She's very nervously just reapplying her lipstick and like waiting for you to figure something out because she doesn't know what else to do.
So, remember that job we did like forever ago with Catechism and the VR?
Which one? Oh, Valentine's Day. Yeah, that was a great one. Fuck them, right?
Yeah. It seems whoever was looking through this stuff was looking for that. Like the information I have about that job.
Did they get it?
No, but they sure did try. Yeah, so I think that might be bad. If someone thinks or knows that we did that. Especially if that person's from Catechism.
Yeah. I mean, we already kind of knew that they were up our asses right now. And to be fair, mine in particular, I did screw them over rather royally on multiple occasions. Okay, so this is not the worst, but this is also still pretty bad. Okay. Think. Let's see if Clax has anything about anyone coming or going that doesn't necessarily look like they were supposed to be here with, the pigs, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
Okay. Good work. Yeah.
All right, you go to find Klaxon. Klaxon, you went to check Rosie's sort of visual, sort of passive visual data. Okay, so Rosie would have been kept somewhere in the shop where they'd probably have a limit. I mean, how do you imagine your setup for where Rosie stays? Because her primary reason for storing Rosie isn't necessarily to keep an eye on everything.
Generally, I think she would be the stationed in the top hatch, like the gunner's position on the Tortuga.
Yeah.
Because that's usually where I keep her, because she looks like a cleaning bot.
Yeah.
And whatever I'm running on the side panels, that's the thing. Spider Ball's always with me, and we've established Chappie gets hung up on a like backpack hooks inside the Tortuga.
So you guys were in the you had taken Rosie out of the Tortuga for the job that you were running on the train. So I imagine she was just somewhere like along like one of the walls in the workshop in that bay area where you store the Tortuga, at like a charging port or something. Okay. Okay.
Looking like a big vacuum, like a car vacuum. Like when you go to clean out your car, she just basically looks like one of those vacuums that you like take the hose and clean out under your seats with, kind of thing.
Okay, so you pull up her sort of data storage and begin to go through some of the anything that popped up, and there's probably some sort of passive system that whenever there's any movement or noise or anything in the shop, it sort of picks up any sort of residual audio just for any voice commands. So you pull it up from the last, well, however long the time this is later, you pull it up from the day of the where the SAPD was at your in the workshop. And so you go through the logs. I'm debating whether I want to have you roll for something. It doesn't really... No, I don't think failing this would be interesting. I think this is just something you do. You go through the logs. You see nothing for a long time, and then a blip picks up. And you see the... SAPD entering through the bay doors of the workshop, weapons drawn, sort of sweeping the area. You fast forward through that a bit as they do their general search, and when they realize that nobody's there, some more of the investigators come in. There's a brief exchange where somebody opens the fridge and finds the body, and somebody points to that, and there's kind of a conversation between two, and you get the audio logs that come through as you slow it down. It's just like, oh god, not again. We're gonna have to catalog this, aren't we? Yeah, I know. Do you think we just throw it out? Just there's a garbage bag in there, just throw it away. I don't really want to deal with this right now. Okay, yeah. And the cough goes away, and you see them getting the trash bag from the office and like putting the body in there, and somebody goes and throws it in the trash. And they go sweeping through the rest of the building and looking over things, and one of the officers come over and kind of like knocks on Rosie a little bit and kind of tilts her to the side. And I mean, once they get in, they make sure nobody's there. It looks like there's a couple of officers that are positioned there for a couple hours, but nothing else really comes in. They come through and they like dust for prints and run some other like bots through for like evidence scans and stuff, but otherwise like it's a very casual sort of raid. Eventually they leave, and there's a period of a couple hours of silence, and then there's another spike, and you slow it down for this video log, and you see the doors open again, and a few individuals wearing black suits, sort of nondescript security personnel, come in through the already open doors that the SAPD didn't lock up anything, kind of through the... They don't have tape. Imagine it's more like some sort of holographic, like, caution, like, police, like, do not enter thing. I think they did that in one of the some sort of cyberpunk. Anyway, they just walk through that. You see the security team come in and keep an eye around and kind of sweep the area. Finally, one of them goes on a headset and says, "All clear." And another figure enters the room. They have a looks like a kit with them, some tech that they have. They're also wearing some sort of like nondescript clothing, but very well dressed, like professional business attire. But they have a like a hacker's deck that they're carrying with them, some sort of the equipment that you see Clarity carrying. Nobody that you recognize.
And when that happens, I'm like, a rapid eye movement, like click, taking like snapshots,
Yes.
screenshots, basically to pass on.
Yes.
So.
Young woman, probably early 30s. She looks pretty calm. Doesn't just kind of like straight to the point, walks through the room. One of the security personnel points her back to Clarity's closet. She disappears in there for a while. You fast forward a bit. About 30 minutes later, she comes out, and she is on her phone. And you slow it down and you listen. You hear her side of the conversation. She says, "Yeah, it's me. Yeah, we got in. I couldn't pull up the data. Do you want me to take the drives?" Right. Okay. I'm pretty sure it's there. Okay. All right. I'll be right there. She ends the call. She looks at the others. "We're out. Let's go." And the security team leaves along with her. The doors close. And that's the last thing you get before you guys come in.
One side note: when the police came in and they were like doing the sweep, we see out from outside like Klaxon looking and Rosie standing there, and then Klaxon like flips off the police, and because he's logged in, Rosie flips off nothing because it's the chrono distortion, just that kind of like he's in, so she's moving like he does. Yeah, and then Klaxon will go back over to the closet and be like, hey.
Okay. I think at that time Clarity and Impulse have come out to
Oh,
meet
okay.
you guys. You guys find him.
Compare
over by
notes.
Rosie. Yeah.
What do you got?
I guess a data pad or something. He'll like start showing screenshots and like he'll email them to you, Clarity, so that you can hit the net with them if you need to. And then he'll play the audio, got nothing. Should I take the drives? That sort of thing. And then he scrolls back to the police and the body just for kicks and giggles and the garbage bag situation, just to kind of be like,
And Angelus's finest. Oh boy.
They
Hey,
threw
they
away the body?
well, they stole our
What a fucking waste.
and they stole the garbage bag. I mean, that's personal property.
Those are expensive. Like, those are seriously going up. Like, this synthetic plastic thing, like, it's... Ugh, anyway. Do we recognize this young lady?
I was debating whether somebody might have had run-ins with her.
Should we
Yeah.
call Choke and Swin in?
No. I don't think Choke would have. Who knows about Swin?
Swin just shows back up with a giant thing of coffee. Klaxon, we need to talk about your caffeine intake. This is ridiculous.
Well, it's it's literally, it's
He has like 2 of
Fuck
these a
it.
day. Like, this is just his first one.
I always stick with the energy drinks myself, but okay. What's this? What's going on?
Hacker actually physically came in here after the police. The police came in. They stole our body out of the freezer.
Assholes.
Opportunity lost.
Fucking waste.
Anyone know these pretty eyes?
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, two of you recognize this person. Impulse. And
I know these pretty eyes.
I'll say Swin too, because I think you might have had run-ins with them as well. You know their first name. Off the top of your head, you'd have to look up their last name. Wanda. She is a systems analyst and programmer for Catechism.
Mhm. Oh, yeah, no, that's
That's fucking Wanda!
Yes,
Fuck!
yes. Yeah, she works for that Catholic place.
Fuckity fuck, 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 shit, fuck, balls, fuck!
X?
No fellow colleague. Shit! So yeah, this is a catechism thing.
Well,
Fuck.
that's not gonna be fun.
What'd you do to Catechism?
Where do I start? I think what initially pissed them off is, they paid for a full, hardware setup, and
You bailed.
I found more fulfilling work elsewhere.
Fair.
But I've definitely pulled as many jobs as I possibly could on them. I have principles.
Yeah.
She has a vendetta.
Some might call it that.
I think everyone would. You call it that.
Okay, fine. Yes, I am seeking vengeance, and you know what? I think it's a very righteous thing to do, personally.
No
But
judgment.
may become problematic for all of you as well, and I recognize that. So,
I'm already in hiding at the moment. Should I not be hiding here?
Right. Oh.
I mean, I'm kind of also.
It's pretty safe here. I mean, we did just have the police come through, but that means that they shouldn't come around for another 6 to 8 months at least.
Yeah, I don't think they'll come back.
How did they get in, by the way? What's the security system here?
Well,
Some of us lock the doors.
Usually
Yeah.
we're here and we have assault cannons and such. So when we're not here, that's the difference.
It's literally a handle and 2 deadbolts, guys. It's not that difficult. Just lock the doors. Just lock the doors.
It is true that last time Swin was here, they dropped a grenade into our living room.
Might be time for an upgrade, that's all I'm saying.
Maybe it's
yeah,
you.
I don't think you guys should let me go last
Oh,
through
it's
the
not
doors
here,
anymore because I just forget.
First.
They
Always.
make self-locking doors, right?
We should
That
call the
already gets locked
landlord.
out.
Well, actually, there's this nice thing that you can install in your wrist and you just pop it on the door and it's like a biometric scanner. Sweet stuff. It's kind of expensive, but you know what? Again, could get you a great price on it once I'm not in hiding anymore.
Why don't we look into that?
We'll call the landlord.
You are the landlord now.
And he goes to sock you in the arm and then just is like, no, that's not
Sorry.
something we do.
I'm brave.
Landlord, we're going to put in better locks, okay? Okay.
I'll put it on the list.
Yeah.
So, what are we doing about Wanda? It seems
Well,
pressing.
Yeah.
What were they looking for?
So there was a job that we ran like a year ago. I mean, it went fine on our end. It didn't go so well for catechism.
Right.
And, well, they were trying to find information on that. So I think that they're maybe sort of on to us.
Was it just that one? Because, I mean, I don't know. But, like, if you've run a lot of jobs against them and that's the only one that they found. Might be
they were looking for. But I'm just glad that they didn't get in, because that could have been messy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do know where you live, though. Like, that's pretty bad.
Wait, how do you know her?
I know a lot of people. Like, you know she's not my type. She's gonna break me in half.
That's not what I meant.
Oh, good. It's not what I meant either.
Yeah, we made out when stood a company function, but that's as far as it went. What?
You guys create so much lore for these characters that I then have to work in here.
You're welcome.
Just impulse. You should always assume with impulse.
If they've been within 5 meters of impulse,
He
there's a-
asked.
And they aren't a dear friend, then yes, it's probably happened.
So is this just a catechism thing? Or is this personal? Both?
I mean,
Was he
it's
both?
personal. Like, she needs to calm down. But, like, I mean, it was just like that one time. But
I think it's a business thing.
I
Yeah,
would
yeah.
assume as much too. Yeah.
Yeah, so what do we want to do about it? Because I really would hate for them to come back while we're here.
Yeah. I could find her.
I'll look on my end as well. Why don't we all do some of our own personalized research?
Okay.
Okay. I'll go on my tablet, see if I still have her number.
Are you just gonna call her?
Do you want me to?
It might be better if you did it.
Sure.
Because you don't have a history.
Yeah, I don't know how she would feel about that.
Klaxon like slow nods, like yes, research on this, and then he just walks away and goes and like starts loading shells into Rosie's magazines. It's like he is, until we know a building layout or some kind of mechanical thing, he's useless. So
I'll clean my guns.
exactly it.
I have so many of them.
Okay, so we're doing some research, maybe some calling. So what is those that are looking up things or researching things? What are you guys looking into?
Do I have her number still?
Yeah, we'll say sure. I'm assuming this is something where you were probably hired by Catechism they were looking for something, and
Yeah.
you've just been in contact and
I got
friend of a
it.
friend. Yeah,
Hey, I
I'm
know
willing to.
people.
Yeah.
Hey.
Sure. Is she like super into the company? Is she like chill?
I mean, she's up there
Uh-huh.
within the San Angeles sort of division of Catechism.
Right.
So she would
Probably
never say
couldn't-
anything bad. She would
Yeah.
never say anything bad about the company in any sort of professional way. She has never spoken to. I think your conversations have probably been very, very brief. Like, I need this piece of tech. Do you have it? Yes.
Yeah.
This is what we're willing to pay for it.
Okay. Oh, okay. Swin will go back to the group. So what do I say to her? Because she's like kind of like really high up, and I don't want to be like, hey, do you know these people? Or like, hey, I heard you broke in the area. What were you doing? Because she's not going to say anything to me.
We could set up a meeting and then kidnap her. It's really the only thing I've got for this.
Are you gonna what, like torture her for information?
No. No, it usually doesn't take that. Torture doesn't work anyway.
Klaxon from loading, these 6-inch long shells into the autocannon. It's like, oh, that's better. I was gonna say once we know where she is, we just, kind of like we did with Ricky and the porch. We just fly by and be done with it. So kidnap, better
It
option.
doesn't have to be kidnapping, but if she knows we know.
Why don't you just ask her for drinks?
Could
Catch
try and
up.
hack her email and see if I could find any information about what they were doing before we resort to, kidnapping and potential
Right.
assassinations.
I mean,
and-
I don't want to hurt her.
Oh, I'm liking this heist sort of idea. If you got her personal PDA, you could find out more information, right?
yeah.
So if I call her for drinks and then I entertain her for a little while and you guys can like sneak in and grab her purse, like hack all her shit, that seems like
The thing that turns me invisible.
Yeah.
We do. Yeah, she's got a cloak in. We took it from Apollo.
that's fucking sweet.
So I guess that's what we should probably do first before we continue onward, because I don't really want to get more attention on us from Catechism, and acting before we know what we're doing
Right.
might do just that.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm going into.
Yeah.
I'm not. The two of you are not gonna just go in there.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
No, totes.
Oh, I'm not going at all. that
That's
would
probably
be
a good
very
idea.
dangerous. But I do have a suggestion. You could take her to that tiki place where they make you hula before they serve you a drink. It would kind of, make the process a little easier.
I mean, it's kind of boring for first date, but okay.
It'll just keep her away from her stuff for an
Right,
extended period
yes.
of time.
Yes. Cool. I'll have to figure out how to hula a little bit.
Oh, they teach you.
Oh,
Like,
good.
there's,
Perfect. Yes.
There's a whole machine and everything. So yeah.
Ah. Yeah, just a lot of arms.
Hula,
That's
not octopus.
That's it.
Nope, same thing. That's Hula in this year. Everything's
but-
tentacles.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
Hashtag everything is tentacles.
But Claxton, you're gonna everyone's coming, right?
Well, duh, I gotta drive.
Cool.
I'll post up at the bar.
Sweet.
So
What do I
walk
do?
me
In
through.
case something does happen.
Right. No, obviously.
I mean, I can't be seen.
Right. Yeah. No. You can stay in the car.
Okay.
We'll roll the
I'll-
window down.
I can make some calls in the meantime, see what's going on.
That sounds like a good idea.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
I'm
So,
gonna
Swin,
contact Wanda.
Swin, how big's your purse?
I don't know what you mean.
Okay. Do you have
What?
a backpack?
Oh yes, no, I carry at least a backpack and a messenger bag. I gotta keep my goods on me, if you know what I mean.
Cool.
Would it be better if instead of stealing the whole iPad tablet thing, instead of doing that, I just copied the data from it onto another one so that she doesn't even realize that it's gone?
Even
Yeah,
better.
no, totes. Yeah, I was thinking like it'd be something like you did and then replaced it so that she never knew.
Cool.
Yeah,
Sounds good to me.
cool.
This is the plan with the body all over again, except we figured out what to do before we stole it.
So let me make sure I understand the details of this plan. Swin invites Wanda to dinner. She shows up. Clarity is there, invisible. Steals her data pad. Makes a copy of it. Puts the original back. Choke and Klaxon and Impulse are there as backup.
I'm gonna be inside though.
Okay. But just like
And-
at a different table or something.
Like, yeah, at the bar. Or something, just on scene.
Spider Ball will go in your bag or your pack
Cool.
as backup because we can definitely distract with him.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. All right. I'll give her a call and see if I can be charming.
And I was gonna ask if I could research the bar and see if I can get like best way in, best way out sort of stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
You drive by
there's
and
some
assess.
blueprints, either one.
I'm good.
I did want to do a research roll because then I have the chance of getting intel.
Yeah. Well, you can do that. I mean, you can do both. But yeah, let's do a research roll first, and then you can decide whether you want to drive past.
So, research. Let me do that. Whoops. That's a 7.
Okay. Well, mixed success.
Let's see. So I would like to know how secure is this tiki bar?
Okay. First of all, what's the name of this bar?
I was
Tiki
vacillating.
Tiki Tabbies.
I was gonna say hula don't lie.
I was gonna say Freaky Tiki.
Freaky Tiki.
All right. We have 3 different iterations. Normally, I just smash those up, but I'm trying to figure out how I would.
Freaky Tiki Tabby.
Freaky Tiki Tabby.
Okay.
Freaky Tiki Tavy, as in tavern.
Perfect.
Got it.
Mr. Tiki.
Miss.
Mr. Bar.
I did it.
Good job.
I win! I win the sprawl!
I only do it because every time it makes GP laugh. He just starts cracking up every time.
Okay, so Freaky Tiki Taffy, you look at your first question. How secure is it?
Yes.
Or you only
Is
have
it
the one
kind of-
question.
Yes.
Okay.
So I kind of want to just know, like, in and out.
Okay. Not very. It's it's a bar.
Yeah.
This isn't like a. I imagine this is high class enough that somebody would like. This is not like in the heart of the dredge. This is a nicer establishment that somebody of Wanda's station would actually attend or go to. So there's some minimal security, or there is some standard security, cameras, probably some trying to think what else would be there. It's probably mostly surveillance based security. There's a kitchen in the back, the doorway leading out through the kitchens, and the staff entrance. Those would be locked and accessible by staff only. The rest of the main entrance of the bar would be public access, but not really guarded or anything. They don't have like security on site.
Yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to know. Just like
Yeah.
exits, entrances, security
Okay.
cameras.
You get intel, and then you get that answer.
Cool.
All right. So you got that research. What else do you guys want to do? Any other
Do we still want to do a drive, just a drive-by?
Sure.
Do it.
I can do that.
That's the yes.
Okay. Roll to assess.
No. 11.
11. Okay.
Edge.
You get 3 hold.
Oh, jeez. Now I have to decide what to ask. What do we want to know?
How to avoid trouble or hide here.
Yeah. I'll do it one at a time. How can I avoid trouble or hide here?
The area that this is in is a slightly more upscale area of town, somewhere around like there isn't really a middle class in this sprawl, something akin to that. So this is not this is an area that would be difficult to avoid confrontation should something go bad, because the police response times are going to be pretty quick. There is a parking garage down the block, which is used for this area and some of the other shops and restaurants and stuff here. That probably has the most cover, the most ability to get in, blend if you set things up the right way. As far as at the restaurant or anything, probably your best way to get in and out and avoiding any sort of security footage would be through the staff entrances, if you are able to get access to those.
Okay.
It's being concealed.
Yeah, I'm thinking that. We've got who or what is my biggest threat. Also, I mean, I can do both of those.
Or who's in charge?
Ooh.
Who controls?
Excuse me, I'd like to speak to the manager.
I mean, I'm wearing the right wig for it.
Let's do. Yeah, let's do. What do I notice despite an effort to conceal it? So there's not like on-site security, but which is literally the hardest question on the list to answer. Doesn't matter what game you're playing.
Yeah. You.
I hate it when you guys ask me this question. Like, I don't know. Man. There's a witch, probably.
Always
no
a hidden
witches.
witch.
There's a witch in there.
You see. So, here's what you notice. Nothing at the restaurant itself. The restaurant itself is on the up and up. It's not like a secret, like, mob facility or something, like, as far as you can tell.
Never know.
Yeah, you never know. Down the street, there is a. Yeah, we'll do this. Down the street, there are a couple offices that are used as like an accountant's office, and some other it's more like an industrial or like an office park. You do notice, and this is in the direction of the kind of close to the parking garage. You do notice, based on some of like the development, like the construction here, and I think you kind of put 2 and 2 together. There is an old subway access area, the one from like old in the city, that used to come out here. That has probably it's been mostly paved over. There's still an access area to it, some sort of like a steel grate that's locked, as far as you can tell. That would go down and access this abandoned subway line, as the subways don't really run in anymore. So you it's mostly been paved over and concealed, but you do recognize that it's there.
Cool. That could be useful. Okay. What do I want to do this one? Sure. Who or what is my biggest threat?
Your biggest threat here would be the San Angeles PD. While they're not present in most of the dredge and most of the areas of the sprawl, this is the limits of where they actually respond to incidents and things. If something happens and something goes down in this restaurant, you're probably going to be dealing with police drones in a matter of a couple minutes, if that.
Okay. Drive back. Pass that along.
All right. So you guys have this information. Were there any other aspects of the research that you guys wanted to do when we come? We're going to go and take our break here. Was there any other research?
I was going to make a call when the others were in the bar. So
okay.
Later, yeah, just call in contact.
The always question from Claxon, crybaby.
Where is the question?
If you're talking, Savvy, you're muted. Oh, okay. Anywhere? The other side of town. I mean, I literally can hide Chappie in an alley somewhere and just cause havoc. Drone has shootout with local drones, police drones.
Can you
I've had
hide?
a lot of dates go bad. I don't think that it would go that bad. I don't remember. I mean, does she usually walk around with her security all the time? That's the only way I could see it. But if it's like a friendly date,
I mean, if she's high up in Catechism, people are probably watching her.
fair.
All right, Chappie in a dumpster.
Where he belongs.
Where he belongs.
That eldritch horror.
Can we give Chappie tentacles? If I gave you
No.
the option
No!
to give Chappie
Wow.
tentacles.
No, he's
Stop
he's
it.
already
I
weird
wore-
enough since his joints.
I
can
wore
go
my
all the-
tentacle talisman. No more tentacles. No more.
The only other thing that I need to prep is to call Wendy and to
Remember her name?
Well, you should learn her name first.
Wanda. I'm not taking notes, okay? Sorry.
It's fine. I'm just teasing you. Okay.
You can't wear that.
What's wrong with my outfit?
Well, nothing, but you're going on a date.
I mean, I've worn this on our dates.
Swen,
What?
What?
come here. Just follow me.
Okay.
Come with me.
And
Just
you'll
reach out my
be
hand.
A department
And
store.
you'll see.
In a world
Beautiful.
of pure imagination. All right. So we, like I said, we'll go and take our break here. We'll come back for. You'll actually have to make the phone call to see if we can set up the date. We'll see how successful that goes. And then any other conversations you guys want to have, we'll move on to that and see where things go. If you guys want to think about anything else in the meantime that you might want to do to prep or to set up, we will do that too. I didn't actually give you guys the mission stuff for this. You do get 1 XP because you accepted to do this. I did that at the beginning. It follows the same parameters. 1 XP. We're in the legwork clock phase right now. And we'll give you an XP when you get out of that. So, anyway, we'll be right back, everyone. We're going to take a quick break to refresh, use the bathroom, whatever we need to do. And we will be back very soon to continue our session. So stick with us until then. Enjoy our slideshow. And we will see you all very soon. Muted. And welcome back, Internet. Thanks for joining us. Hang out with us on our break and join us for the second half of our session 13 of Neon Souls. So, where we left off before the break, you've done some research. You're planning this date with this catechism, programmer, and information manager, IT manager for the company to try to steal the data pad and get some information on why they're trying to hack you and why they're looking into your group. I wanted to make some phone calls. So who wants to go first?
She wants to
Hi.
probably set the date first.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
boy.
All
Because
right.
if this goes bad, everything else is kind of for nothing.
Mhm. No pressure.
That's fine. We'll just kidnap her.
Right. Impulse. Is there anything I should like know? I mean, I know we're in a working capacity, but like, I've never like. I mean, I can swing it, but like, if there's
She
anything.
likes it when. Oh no. Tequila.
Tequila. All right. Cool. Cool.
If it goes any further than that, then sure, I can help out.
I mean, like getting the date. Jeez, Louise. I know, but
She's really big into like ancient English literature.
I'll stick with tequila. Okay, cool.
By ancient, do you mean like yeet?
Yeah, like yeet, Austin.
Swaggy,
Yeah. Yeah.
YOLO.
Is it yeast what they use in bread? Yeast. Oh. I'm gonna make the phone call now.
Wait, am I the smart one?
Wait, in this relationship? Nah. I mean, you probably have the intelligence. I have the wisdom.
So you call Wanda. The phone rings for phone rings for a bit, and a voice answers of her secretary. Says, Wanda Trent's office.
Hello. My name is Swin. I am a acquaintance of Wanda, and I was wondering if I could speak with her.
One moment.
Thumbs
Get
up.
some hold music. Comes back on the line a little bit later. You said Swin, right?
Yeah.
All right. I'll forward you through to her cell.
Thank you.
1 second. Brings a few more times. Eventually, you hear Wanda answer. Swin.
Hey, Wanda, how you doing?
Hi. I'm good. Did I miss an appointment or something?
No, I was just well, I was doing a job, and I came across well, I don't know how secure this line is, but I came across something that you and I had been looking for a little while ago, and it made me think of you. And well, you know, I've been thinking about things. I'm wondering if maybe you want to go get a drink with me at some point in the next week, if you're free.
You said you found something? Is this something you want, something you want purchased?
It just made me think of you. And you know, I haven't seen you in a while, and you know, I like to keep up with my contacts, and you're very pretty, and I just thought maybe drinks would be nice.
Oh, okay, let's go ahead and have you roll to fast talk.
Okay.
So roll style.
I wonder if I remember if I have something for this. I don't think I do. Okay.
Not that one.
No.
The next one.
Oh, it's on the other side. Sorry. 10. Ayo.
Somehow on my screen, the digital die landed on a corner.
On my screen too.
It did? Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, they're knocked up against each other.
How is that
Oh.
even possible?
Not good, baby.
Okay, 10. All right. NPCs, do what you want. Okay. There's a pause for a moment, and you hear her sort of like adjusting the phone, and she says, sorry, you've caught me at a weird time, and I just wasn't expecting. You know what? Yeah, a drink sounds nice.
Wonderful. I know this really nice place that's like it's hula themed. They have a lot of like specialty tequila drinks there, so I thought you might like it.
Oh, Freaky Tiki Taffy?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I've been to FTT a few times. Yeah, we would say, I mean, I'm free tonight.
Sure. Yeah. No, that'd be great. Do you want me to pick you up, or do you want to meet me there?
No, I'll meet you there. I'm gonna be at the office late, so let's say 9 o'clock.
Perfect. I'll meet you there then. I'll make sure they know that I'll be expecting you at the table.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll see you there at 9.
Sweet. All right. Bye.
Bye.
It worked. I mean, it worked. Of course it worked.
You called it FTT? Made me so happy.
Ooh, so I'm gonna meet her there tonight at 8. 9.
You sure?
Yes.
Great. That gives us 4.5 hours to get you dressed.
You what? Why would it take that long to get me dressed?
Come
Oh boy.
Come on.
Should I be scared?
Mm-hmm.
Please help me.
Come on. Come on.
I follow her away.
Your plan.
We're starting with a deep conditioner. Just come on.
We get a
What?
montage.
Montage.
It's the scene from Mulan where they like shove her in a bathtub and they're just scrubbing her hair. Then comes out looking.
Yeah. We get the full rundown of the whatever the end result of this is. But was there any other like prep you guys needed to do?
No, but I do need to have the conversation with Claxton at some point before this.
I mean, if you don't mind, like, once you actually get out of, like, you know, the tub and she's, like, doing your hair, like, Clax can come in.
Sure.
Okay, we'll do that.
All right. And Clax, opens the door to your apartment and goes to take a step in, and then realizes the little entryway is tiled, but then the rest of the carpet is like white. And he like takes the time to unlace and unbuckle his combat boots. And he's got.
She heard you coming in. She was like, "Thank you. We're learning."
Army socks. Sup, Swin?
Oh no, she has booties for you at the door.
No.
You have to put those over your socks.
Your socks. Yeah.
Oh, the socks. All right.
Yeah.
Dunk, dunk. PPE on and enter the domicile.
Swin looks like she's normally mostly panicked. Now she's very panicked. She has no idea what's happening to her. She's normally in like tomboyish clothing, doesn't really mess with her hair very much. She paid for it specifically so it never tangled, so she didn't even have to brush it. But yeah, you walk in and she's like, "Oh gosh, hey."
Yeah, it's a process. I'm sorry. You're being.
No, it's very enjoyable, and I know that it's a process, and the end product is I'm going to look great.
Okay, I need you to not talk for just 2 seconds while I attach these eyelashes. Okay, just one. There?
Oh,
And don't move. You really don't want to move if you want to keep your eyes. And there. Okay, just keep them closed for the next 5 minutes. Okay.
solid. Okay, so yeah, impulse.
Mm-hmm.
Would you mind just giving us just a second?
Sure. She will tiptoe backwards and pretend to leave, but you can't see whether or not she's actually left the room because you can't open your eyes.
Yeah, she absolutely opens her eyes immediately after you leave the room. So Claxton, I went to the coast with Choke, which was super fun. We went cliff diving.
Nice.
We went. What else did we do? Base jumping. It was amazing. It was intense.
Claxton's actually laughing at the thought of you base jumping. So it's.
Twin fucking loves anything that's about to kill her. She's the adrenaline junkie.
All right.
And she's gonna. So something happened. In the moment, I might have said something that I didn't necessarily mean. And she said it was cool. But I don't know if she actually thinks it's cool, and I haven't freaked her out. I mean, she invited me over here, but every time she's quiet, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's going on in her head. So I'm kind of freaking out. So I need your help.
And Claxton is generally pretty much like Choke, real quiet all the time. And so he's like, well, she's quiet all the time.
I know, that's what makes it hard. I don't know if she's quiet because she's thinking about the thing that I said that I totally didn't mean in the moment. I mean, I did mean it in the moment, but like, it wasn't the time to say it. And then I don't know what to do.
Breathe. Start with breathing. And I mean, she hasn't kicked you out of bed for eating crackers or anything, right?
Why would you eat crackers in bed?
I don't know. It's a saying. But I mean, she, like you said, she invited you over, so
Right.
it must still be cool.
Okay, cool.
I mean, like I said, breathe. And I sense some jealousy there when you were talking about this other Wanda that you were supposed to be seeing and stuff. So I'm just
I don't
saying.
want to make her jealous.
I know that, but
She could kill me.
I know,
Which
but
is
she's
partially
gonna.
why I like her, but like,
I get it. Yeah. It's like flying through flak. But just be cool, and just don't think too much.
okay.
Because Choke is not. She's like a deep pool, and if you keep throwing pebbles at it, it gets all wavy and choppy. And if you just ease along, you'll be better off. Ease.
She doesn't like it when I ease into things, though. She said just go for it.
The relationship stuff.
Oh, okay.
Not
okay,
the
okay.
physical stuff.
Right. Sorry.
Just
Could you just talk to her? I mean, don't say anything, but like, could you find out if like everything's still good for me? That would be amazing. That would help my anxieties. Because I know that if anyone's gonna fuck this up, it's gonna be me, and I don't want to fuck this up.
and Claxton gets a little like blushed, and he's kind of like, oh well, Swin. He doesn't say it, but he's like, you're really interested. He thought you guys were just like maybe F buddies, but he's like, oh well, this is cool because you're both his friends, and he would, anyway. And so he's like, yeah, just talk to Choke. I'll figure it out.
Cool. You can come back in now. Thank you.
Speaking of which, I did say that she pretended to leave. She just like went into the alcove area, but didn't actually leave. But the moment that you said something to Choke that you probably shouldn't have, she snuck out of her apartment and went downstairs to talk to Choke. Yeah, she's gonna very quickly find Choke.
You're in danger.
I'm in danger.
Probably working out.
So you're
I already
like,
said I clean my guns today. This is the two things I
Yeah.
do every day.
yeah, you're like just doing bench presses, and she just sort of leans over you, and she's like, "What did she say?
Fuck me.
What did she
What?
say? I have to go back in less than 3.5 minutes before that adhesive blinds her. What did you say? What did she say?"
Are you torturing someone in your apartment? Oh, you didn't
No.
tell me.
No, it's Swin. I was doing eyelash extensions. Okay, we have, again,
Oh.
now like 3 minutes and 15 seconds. She said something. It scared you, but she didn't say what it was. So what did she say, and how did you feel about it?
Nothing scares me, really. What are you talking about?
She said she loves you, didn't she?
Oh.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And how do you feel about that?
I don't know. I don't think she meant it. It
She's
was
probably just overcome in the moment. But
it
I mean,
was
like,
kind of a. Well, it was a moment.
okay. I mean, do you think like you could feel like that at some point? 2 minutes 45.
Just in general.
Sure. I mean, you like her, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And that didn't scare you off or anything?
No.
That's a good sign.
Again, I can't stress enough. I don't think she meant it.
Yet. You don't think she meant it yet?
I don't know. I don't know what she's thinking most of the time.
Well, I figure she thinks the same of you.
Fair.
But you enjoy her company. You'd like to continue with this relationship.
Yeah. Is that not clear?
I didn't think it is to her. So maybe you should just make it clearer, because I actually like her and she's pretty useful.
I invited her over. That was
Good.
like a week ago.
But you didn't explicitly say because I like having you around. So she doesn't know that.
If I didn't like having her around, I wouldn't invite her over.
Less than a minute. Yeah. Most of us are not as confident as like you are in, you know, like your physical prowess and just being looks you up and down, stares at your abs for a little too long. You. So, you know, you should probably encourage her a little more if you want her to stick around. Also, she's probably like super mortified that she said the L word a little too early. But again, you know, we like her, so we'll forgive her, right?
Wait, are you saying if I don't say something, she's gonna call it quits?
I'm saying if you don't say something, then she is going to agonize about the fact that she said I love you like 3 months into your relationship. So maybe let her off the hook.
Oh, it hasn't been that long.
Even less than that. 15 seconds. So she's just like backing up now.
Why doesn't she just say something?
Because she's terrified. So ball's in your court, and make sure you keep her around because I like her. Okay, bye. And she goes back up the stairs.
Why is it always me?
She's gone.
Impulse. Hey.
As soon as Swin's like, you can come back now, Impulse comes through the door.
Thank you for giving me that time. I appreciate it.
Oh, anytime, doll. Okay, you can open your eye. Oh, they look beautiful. Okay, so they do have like a small battery life, so you're gonna only want to use it when like you really want to go in for the big finish. So you do the little clicker, and then like LED lights go on the eyelashes.
Oh god. Oh god. Ah!
Yeah, it turns it off. Yeah, only use it when like you really need to make, you know, a point.
Yes. Okay. I will do that.
Yeah, there's the clicker.
We're almost done, right?
Look in the mirror.
Wait, that's a mirror?
my work here is done.
Holy shit. I didn't know my boobs could get that big.
Oh, they've always been there, darling. You just really have to know how to showcase.
I was always told that my ass is my best asset.
Well, you weren't wrong. Anyway, so yeah, I think this will be extremely successful. Maybe you should, you know, go show Choke.
Yeah. No, I think that, yeah. I think I will do that. Claxton, help me walk down the stairs, please.
You got spots? Is there still spots? Is
No,
that
I
what
think
you-
it's the heels.
And so back out, booties off. There's a little white trash can with a bag, and he tucks the booties in, and then puts his combat boots on, and just puts one buckle on, so they're all like, the tops are all floppy and whatnot, and then he'll, help you down the, the stairs.
Hey, Choke.
Doesn't turn around. Still lifting weights.
Yeah.
Hey.
I think she's done.
Hey, look,
Good.
look, a big heavy thing that could be lifted over here. Look.
Okay, I
I'm
get
sorry,
it.
excuse me. I'm right here.
You?
Holy shit.
And Klaxon does the Vanna White and then just walks away.
There are LEDs on my eyelashes.
Oh, you must hate that.
Oh boy. I mean, I could just light up my eyes.
That seems dangerous.
I have fake eyes.
Oh, true. You look good.
Thanks. I don't know if I'll repeat the process because that was 4 hours I'll never get back. But,
You got off easy.
oh gods.
I took her shopping once.
I can't imagine. I'm so sorry.
Been there, done the
3
shopping
days,
thing.
I'll never get back. Joking.
All right, cool. Just be smooth. Just gotta keep her talking, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll be fine.
I got the easy job. I'm good at talking, right? Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, so have fun.
Aren't we all driving together?
Well, yeah, but I'm not gonna like log in with you. No, I'm taking
What?
the bike.
Oh, okay, cool. Then I will see you there. Shoot finger guns out of the room.
Great.
Goes back to Claxton. I think it went well. I don't know.
I tried not to listen, but seemed to. I mean, she seems like Choke, so
Yeah,
you,
I think yeah. So, were we all no, Choke's riding separate. It's like 8:15. Might as well go get a drink ahead of time, right?
sure. So, you want to go in style, and you're sitting next to this clanky, purposefully shitty looking, hover tank.
Do you have something for that?
And he does a eye movement or something, and then these lights come on from outside and the garage door opens up, and it's the Tesla tank, all gorgeous outside, and he buffed it and everything.
How much did you pay for that?
A whole lot of nothing.
I'm so proud of you.
It came with the job, but I dug it.
Solid. If you ever want to get rid of it, let me know. Hop to the front seat.
Right.
As soon
Harry
as
comes
Impulse.
out.
Oh yeah. Oh no, Impulse went to go get you. Was gonna
Yeah.
hand you a centaur.
Oh, yep, perfect. And Clarity comes out and she's like, I call shotgun. Oh. I'll send the back.
I'm sorry. Did you want to? I just.
No, it's fine. I mean, you're
Okay.
the one all dressed up. It's nice. You look nice.
Thank you.
Is
Uh,
that,
Do I actually look nice?
are your eyelashes longer?
Yeah, they're called extensions. And they
On your
get,
eyes?
yeah, they get glued on. Apparently.
Hit the button.
Okay, here we go. Uh.
If you hit it 3 times, they'll alternate. It's great.
No.
You did check that she doesn't have epilepsy before you attached those, didn't you?
I asked.
No, they're fake eyes, so I can't.
Oh.
I'll have to adjust them.
Oh,
if I
me
want to use
too.
Yeah.
Oh, we both have fake eyes. That's so fun. Okay, let's go.
And as we're leaving, Klaxon reaches inside the Tortuga and snatches something and tucks it in his coveralls and goes to join them in the Tesla. Yeah. You know, he looks like he's going to actually take the wheel, and then he just pulls his visor down and slides back. And then he'll put Spider Ball in your bag and drive the Tesla.
All
With his
right.
mind.
Nice.
Choke leaves on the motorcycle a little bit ahead of time to get a seat at the bar at FTT. And sorry I said that while you were drinking. You
I deserved it.
Impulse, Clarity, Swin, and Klaxon all in the Tesla tank. Cool. You arrive outside of the restaurant. Do you just drop Swin off, or what is the plan for you guys?
I think Clarity's gonna go ahead and activate the stealth mode already and just enter the bar with Swin so there's not a random door opening and closing by itself.
So to expedite that, Klaxon will make a show because we've got a Tesla tank we pulled up in, and he'll come out and he's got his tack vest and his gun, so he looks like personal security or whatever. And he opens the door for her, and then like does the bodyguard look around, and then when he opens the door for her, he like kind of gives a little bow and he holds it extra long so that Clarity can get in, and then closes it.
Clamber over the front seat to get.
Just hear a little ow.
It's hard when you can't see your own body. Yeah.
All right.
So, like I said, hold the door for a little extra bit, and then go back, and you know, there's a valet who's like runs up or whatever, and I'd be like, smack his hand, get away from the tank, and go park.
Impulse is just texting in the backseat while all of this is happening. She's just like getting low, like. So.
You as Swin and Clarity, invisible, walks into the bar. You can see Choke sitting at the bar itself, having a drink, looking casual. As you walk in, you kind of look around, you look over, and you do see at a small table near the center, or actually near the window, the front window of the restaurant, you see Wanda wearing a wearing her same business suit. It's very kind of dark colors, like a slate gray, a little bit of pinstripe, big old fucking shoulders, because that's what we decided is the thing. Yeah, she's sitting there on her data pad for a moment. Doesn't seem to even like register you as you enter. She seems like engrossed in whatever work she's been working on.
Rude. I noticed.
She's important in business.
And Swin's not.
Oh, come on. It's okay. Swin will approach.
Okay. As you walk up, it's like she's sort of shocked out of her for a moment. She looks up. She's like, "Oh, hi." She closes the data pad and, sorry. Hey, wow, you look nice.
Thanks. I decided to change up my look for a little bit. You know, gotta keep on the up and up.
I just came from the office.
No, you look great. Sorry, you look really nice tonight.
Thank you. Please sit. I went ahead and ordered a drink. I didn't know what you would want. You can see she's just got like a glass of scotch in front of her.
Sure. What'd you get?
I don't know. I just asked for whatever the oldest vintage they had was.
Do you mind if I take a sip?
Sure.
I could probably tell you what it is.
Yeah, she slides it across to you.
Takes a sip. Nutty oats. It's got a nice smooth texture to it. I mean, it's probably vintage. What is the year now?
2220.
2220. It's
How
probably
about players remember things that I say?
it's probably around 2150. Very nice. Very expensive.
Right. Like I said, with what I make, I figure I can splurge here and there.
Yeah.
She says, I'll get another, and she just waves over to the service droid and brings another drink. I'll admit I was a bit surprised to get your call.
Yeah, I know it's been a while. It's just been, with all the things going on in the world, it's nice to, make a connection. And I thought, why not? I'd ask. I thought we'd get along really well and, do well together.
Right. Yeah. No, you've been really nice to work with in the past. I get in sort of a headspace once I, with work. And
I know.
I don't really think about this kind of stuff. I haven't been on a date in years, so.
Really? Well, I hope that this is an entertaining evening for you. And, no pressure. It's casual, we get to know each other better and have a few drinks and, just talk.
Right. Yeah, talk. That'd be nice. I need to disconnect for a bit.
Yeah.
Work's
tough.
It's been killer. Brutal. Yeah. But tell me what you've been up to. It's like you said, it's been a bit.
Yeah. Swin's gonna just go into a couple of jobs that she's like rare things, items that she's come across, that sort of thing, while everyone else does their stuff.
Clarity, so you're invisible in the restaurant, standing somewhere near the table, I assume, just listening in on this conversation. You see Wanda, after Swin has come in, they have their conversation, has set her data pad to the side, like on the corner of the table, and is just having the conversation. Doesn't seem like she's going to pick it back up again.
Am I waiting for them to go hula dance to do this? Or because I think that's what Clarity is lying in wait for.
Oh, okay. Then I will suggest that we go do the hula dance thing to get a shot, right? Like after a little bit of that, like immediately, but like after we finish our scotches, we'll be like, yeah, they do this thing where you go up and you do the hula. Have you ever done that?
Oh no! I don't
come
really...
on, it'd be super fun. I've never done it either. I think it'd be a good experience. Really disconnect you.
I'm not.
Come on,
sure.
let your hair down.
Go ahead and roll the fast talk again.
Oh boy. Lego. 10. Hey.
Nice. Jeez, killing it with these.
What can I say? I'm good at one thing.
She puts up a little bit more resistance, but has finished her second glass of scotch at this point, and she says, okay, all right, I have no idea what I'm doing. Fine. She kind of gets up with you. She says, you lead the way.
Yeah, I'll take over, and we'll put on the fake grass skirts and the plastic grass skirts and get our little lesson.
Okay. And I'll say, because it'll push this forward a little bit more, she does leave her data pad on the table because she's had a couple drinks and you're kind of trying to get her to do this so she doesn't pay attention and leaves it resting on the table.
Okay. Time to download all that info.
Okay.
Clarity in the field.
Gonna
So,
do it.
Clarity, you're taking the data. Are you just sitting down at the table and doing this invisible, or
I'm
are
gonna,
you?
yeah, like crouch next to the table and like, yeah, like not sit down, but
Okay.
want to be able to move quickly if I need to, but like just be next to it and plug in what I got, plug in my deck and
Okay.
go.
I'm gonna have you roll to act under pressure.
Okay. Oh, that's a 6.
That is a 6.
Can I text her a pep talk before she does this and help?
I'm
there.
you
see
are
the
should
data pad just fall on the ground.
if somebody wants to help, we can justify the pep talk. If somebody else wants to do something,
What's High Links with me?
I think I have 2.
That's me.
3,
I have
but
2.
I don't know how to help you
Yeah.
from there.
I guess it depends on like what is going wrong. I mean, I'll punch someone and cause a scene.
Yeah, that's yeah. We do see like ultimately
Just enough to get me thrown out of the bar.
Yeah. Ultimately slow. This little robotic hand is coming out of Swin's bag and undoing the latch, so that Spider Ball could be a distraction if it needs to be. Like mega like spider slow. So now it's back in the bag, but now it's like got a little gap to where I can see out.
I like that.
Well, I think that, I mean, this is Clarity's like first time in the field, right? It would make
Yeah.
sense that Impulse would give her a pep talk
okay,
beforehand.
sure.
In my mind.
We
Guessed.
we did get a redemption from Welsh Troll in the chat for a payday for Clarity.
Yeah.
So Clarity, you get a gear.
Oh, I get gear.
Yes.
You can use the gear to go +1.
Yay.
I don't think you use the gear to get a +1.
Oh, not after
You
the
could
fact. Darn it.
Well, you can no gear doesn't give you +1. Gear just gives you equipment. Revealed knowledge using intel gives you a +1.
There we go.
But yeah, that's typically before you make the roll. But yeah, we can do a pep talk. What's the pep talk?
All right. I know there's a lot of people, and there's a lot of sights, and there's probably a lot of smells, and noises, and things like that. But just remember, you are literally the absolute best at what you do. Like, I've never met anyone that's as good as you. Like, Apollo, like, fuck him. Like, no. Like, you've got the whole package. So just breathe and fucking hack.
Roll links. Impulse.
That's double sixes, bitches!
Oh.
That's a 13.
The curse has been broken. All right, with a 13.
Holy shit!
I'm reminding myself. Help or interfere. Yeah, okay, you just take the +1. So with +1, that'll bring it to a 7. So inspired by this pep talk, there's a moment where you find yourself kind of panicking, worried that they're going to come back. You can see Wanda's kind of maybe reaching her limits with how much hula dancing she really wants to do. And it's just kind of looking at Smith like, okay, like, so like, this is fun. Why don't we just go back and have a drink, though? This isn't really my speed. You're hearing some of this, and so you're beginning to, like, worry that you're not going to have enough time. You buckle down, though. With active depression on a 7, stumble, hesitated, flinch, MC will offer you a worse outcome, hard bargain, or ugly choice. So this is what I'm going to give you here. Your sitting here with the data pad, you have hers, you have the one that you're copying the data into. You've managed to get through the process of copying it onto this data pad that you've brought, partially. So you are left with a choice. You can either leave the partially copied data pad there and take the full one, take the original with you, or you can leave the original and take the one where you've only copied part of the information.
Can I leave the original and spend my gear?
What would the gear, what are you thinking for the gear?
I want to install just a little bug so that I can finish downloading the data when I get home.
Okay. Why? Yeah. We'll say I'll agree with that. So it's a bud that'll essentially give you remote access to her. So this isn't maybe like a physical gear, but some sort of like program that you have created that like
and
a
it was
backdoor.
kind of, and it was kind of like, it wasn't her first choice because she likes to do things herself, but she was like, okay, I obviously am not going to get all of it, so let me do this. Yeah.
Well, plus it does open up the potential complication of if you're installing this program onto the data pad that it could be found later. So it's leaving a fingerprint. So obviously, that's not the cleanest option. Okay. Yeah, I'll allow that. So you could spend the gear. And you get some of the information onto this data pad. You realize you're not going to get all of it. It's taking a little bit longer. There's a lot on this. There's a lot of data here. So you install this program, and you back off really quick, just as Swin and Wanda return to their table.
Right. I'm gonna sneak out. I think I'll go through the back doors just so that if anyone sees like a random door open and close, they're kind of just like, okay, I'm still working. That was weird.
So you like wait till one of the staff is going back into the kitchens and stuff, and you walk out that way and go back to the staff exit. Okay, yeah.
And then go around to the Tortuga.
Okay.
Tesla.
Or the Tesla, yeah.
Or Tesla.
Impulse, you look like you wanted to do something.
While everyone is inside, because they're going to try to get first-hand knowledge, she wanted to call an old friend and maybe get some dirt and or gossip.
Okay.
I think the person that would make the most sense would be Explicit.
Okay.
Our neo-folk artist turned politician turned outlaw.
Right. Also your ex. Okay.
Given.
So you call. I have so many NPCs on this list.
They have that secure line that like I have to call to like notify that I want to talk to them, and then they'll call me back. That whole thing.
I also have no reference for what they sounded like when I did their voice.
I think they just sounded like Sean, so it's cool.
Did they? Okay.
Yeah.
We'll go with that then. Cool. So you, whoever Sean is.
Who's that?
So you, you call and you're waiting there or you send a text message and to set up the contact, and finally you get a phone call back. And you hear a little bit of noise in the background, like a banjo playing in the background, and the answers say, "Hey, do they know about? Is this a Mara Lee contact or?"
No, they know Impulse. Yeah,
they know Impulse. Okay, hey Impulse, what's up?
Are you writing again?
Yeah. Keep it on the. Don't tell anyone.
Not a word, but I get the exclusive for the next album. Just saying.
Okay.
Literally nothing about that though. I know you used to be at least somewhat cozy with a handful of the corpse. I'm in a little bit of trouble. Me and my compadres.
When are you?
Fair. So we may have catechism breathing down our throats. So, in particular, you remember Wanda, I'm sure.
Right. Yeah. Are you saying that you have Wanda gunning for you?
She literally came into our workshop and hacked my hacker. Well, tried to anyway, because our hacker is the best, so.
She didn't get what she wanted. Yours must be the best, because Wanda's pretty good at this too. Yeah, what do you need from me? I mean, you know more about catechism than I do.
Not necessarily. I know how to stay the fuck away from catechism better than you do. But the actual ins and outs, and in particular the, hierarchy, not exactly my jam. But, I mean, if you happen to know who might be a direct higher up of hers now that she's, a head honcho, someone that might have leverage, I'd owe you one.
I'm gonna have you roll to hit the street. When you go to a contact for help, roll style.
Yes. Reliable sources. Okay. Okay. That's a 12.
Nice.
5 and
All
a
right.
5.
So you're gonna get what you want, and you're gonna get a little something extra, so you can take either an additional intel or gear. We can work out the gear if that's the way you want to go. But
I'll go intel. We'll go intel. Yeah.
okay, yeah, you can take an extra intel. It says, all right, somebody. Well, the last I heard, Wanda had taken over the IT division, working on programming and some small acquisitions for tech for catechism. I mean, she runs a pretty tight ship. I can't imagine the type with too many skeletons in her closet.
No one is perfect, no matter how hard they try.
I don't know about going high. Up the corporate ladder, you're probably going to have a harder time getting anything.
I'll go low if they hate her.
The operations officer for catechism runs a lot of their jobs. She might know something. I can put you in contact with her. Just
She got a name?
keep this between us. Deborah Keene.
Deborah Keene.
I think she's still running it. Last time I was in the city, I mean, does most of their jobs hiring people like you.
Fantastic people.
So, if Wanda's done anything below board, she'd
Debbie
be the one that
knows.
knew. Yeah.
Good to know.
She's good at what she does too, though. I'm not sure if she's going to give you much willingly.
If you can set it up, I'll talk to her.
Okay. I'll give her your information.
Thank you. I'm really glad you're writing again. I know it makes you happy.
Like I said, can we just don't tell anyone, okay?
I won't say a word. That's just between you and me.
The albums do better if we drop them without a bunch of fanfare, gets the hype, so All right. All right.
Proud of you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. The door opens. You feel somebody climb into the car, and it closes again.
I really hope that that's Claire, or otherwise. Hey, new friend?
Oh no, it's just me.
Oh, thank God.
Hey.
Hi, I'm gonna have to try and finish this from here. But I got most of it on this thing, and she holds up the data pad and then realizes she's invisible and turns off her cloaking device and is like, this thing.
I thought you were a lot further away. Okay, great. That's fantastic. Anything I can help with? I may have someone we can talk to get a little dirt. So that's exciting too.
Cool. Yeah, no, I think I'm just gonna complete the download remotely, and then I think we should be good to go.
Great. I mean, should we just kind of let the date play out, or is there a signal? I don't think we made up a signal, did we?
I don't think we did either.
Should we just text Choke and...
Yeah, I think they'll figure. I think
Oh no.
She's gone offline.
No! No! Too much field work for clarity.
I think that's best
She's
because Choke's
short-circuited.
there, and
Oh, there
since
we
they're kind of dating, maybe Choke doesn't want them to be on a date. Oh crap!
Can you? If
We'll
you
only
could
get
hear
it in
us,
bits and
Morgan.
We can hear you.
Yeah.
The signal
back
is
to us.
not that great. What? No, I didn't mean that. Sorry, I just say things sometimes.
No!
Oh,
Ah,
Oh, there we go.
Huh?
She's back.
back?
You're muted though.
I don't know what happened.
You're back!
It's okay.
It's okay!
Zoom
GB,
just
can I just
died
get you
again.
to reset your video?
Doesn't someone else have to too?
No, just GB. I
GB.
just need you to turn your video on and off. All right, cool.
How much of that did
Yay.
you get?
the fun bits.
Yes, the fun bets.
Something about Choke likes her, so she doesn't want them to be on a date anyways.
Yeah, like Choke, probably doesn't want Swin to be on a date with someone else anyways. So if we just tell Choke that Swin doesn't have to be on the date anymore, Choke will probably come up with something to get them out of the date.
And I would be really curious to see what it is. Where's Clax? Is Clax in here too?
Yeah, he's been like lounging in the front seat pretty much the whole time with his visor down because he's been spying out of the bag from the vantage point of Spiderball.
Hey, hey Clax. Could you get eyes on like Choke?
Sure. And
I just want to see what she does. That's
And-
all.
Spiderball is like moving like sniper slow. Two of its legs lifting, the flap of the bag, and its little camera eyeballs tries to get a bead on Choke.
Okay. Yeah, you gotta. There's a lot of people in the way, but you can just barely see Choke in the back. As
Clarity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll shunt the image up to the obviously this is Tesla, so it's got like little individual view pads for each bucket seat. So I'll flick it back, the image back to Impulse.
Thank you. Claire, if you want to set this in motion.
Oh, yeah. And she texts Choke. Got it, done.
Okay. If we're looking for an exit strategy, she probably knows what I look like.
I didn't think about that. Do we have confirmation of that? Let me check. Can I check the data pad to see if she knows what we look like?
Oh, interesting.
Because they didn't put our faces on the news.
No,
True.
they did not.
Yeah.
actually, let me see. Let me check something real quick. Calling back to my session 0 notes. Yeah. You pull up the information on you pull up the data pad and you scroll through some stuff. You do find there's some correspondence and an email chain that you get part of between Wanda and somebody called Omega.
Not my Omega.
Who I don't know if any of you remember, is the person who gave you the job to destroy the OmniTrust databank. You get an email. There's an email exchange. They're talking about some information that they need. There's a whole bunch of stuff that we're scrolling through it. We can go in more detail when you have more time to look at it. You do find a couple of photos that to like be on the lookout for people of interest, that sort of thing. One of them, it's I would say very old, but an older photo of Impulse as Mara Lee from back in her catechism days.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
It's probably like an employee photo.
Oh no.
For your ID badge. The other is a grainy like security image of Choke with a big gun in hand, like blowing something up. We never really established the details of it, but like shooting up some like security and stuff. There's probably like a short video attached to it of her like running down like a hallway or something, and like turning back and like firing a little bit down a hall as bullets are spraying the walls around her, and then she dives into a room. And yeah, it does seem like they have Choke's picture too.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Choke doing a diversion or anything is the best idea. Choke, if you could just like lock eyes with Swin maybe and give like some eyebrows or something and then leave, I think that'll do it.
I've got an idea.
Klaxon sends Swin a message that says,
Hey!
"It's
I have an
Okay.
idea.
all right."
Clarity, is there a fire alarm in this building?
What?
Is there a fire alarm?
Every building has a fire alarm. They're required.
What would you do if I told you to set off a fire alarm?
I'll get right on that.
New GGK t-shirt idea. Where's the fire alarm?
There's a fire alarm.
I pulled the fire alarm.
I pulled the fire alarm.
I pulled the fire
Every
alarm. Okay.
show.
Hey,
I didn't initiate it. Yay!
Rexy
Yes,
began
for all
that.
of you, I did it.
Yep.
All right, so
Rexy's comes out of nowhere, just.
I'm gonna declare Rex as a contact.
Nice.
for the sake
She's in
of
the
time, it's not a very secure system.
Okay.
Clarity, you can get into it and set off the fire alarm very easily if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
All right. As you're sitting there for your date, having a nice conversation with Wanda, suddenly, an alarm starts going off in the building. Lights begin to flash. The music stops, and everyone begins to panic. I mean, because there's a fire alarm and they're adults and haven't done a fire drill in a long time.
Let's go. Come on. Let's get. We gotta go to the
What?
front, right? Yes. Exit.
Yeah. Yeah. She
Stuff.
picks up her data pad
Yeah.
and other things. Yeah. What's going on?
I don't know. There might be like a grease fire in the back. That's dangerous, right?
There's
Right.
tiki torches everywhere.
There's
Ah!
This place is a powder keg.
She said, "Oh, right. Oh, crap!" And she follows you to the front exit. Everybody's filing out into the streets. Servers are trying to maintain some sort of order, and you find yourselves standing. I'm gonna turn that off because that'll get old really quick.
I'm just gonna try to intercept them when there's a crowd of panicking people around.
I can't just like bail, right?
She's standing right next to Wanda. If you intercept them, she's gonna see you.
Okay, there's not like a crowd of. Everyone is orderly and fine, I guess. In
No,
this
I mean
situation.
Wanda. If Swin tries to break off from Wanda, but otherwise
don't
she and
think
Wanda
she
are standing right next to
would.
each
It's
other.
fine. Say goodbye.
I feel like yeah. Sorry. So that was a crazy end to the evening. You know what? Maybe we should do this again sometime. That sounds like fun, right?
Right. Yeah.
Well, not this because fire is bad.
Yeah. No. Yeah. We should do this again sometime. I mean, we could go get another drink somewhere else if you wanted to.
I just fire alarms make me really anxious, and I put on LED eyelashes tonight, and they're really fucking with my eyes. So I gotta I gotta go. I think I'm allergic to the thing that I use to glue them on. I think it's magnets, and that's really dangerous. But I want it to look nice. Also, I have metal eyes, so it's kind of weird. So but I had lots of fun, and maybe I'll call you later.
Later sounds good. Sure. Yeah.
Do you have a ride home?
Yeah, my driver should be down the road. I'll give them a call.
Right. Cool. All right. Well, I'll stay and make sure that you get in your car, and then I'll like I said, I will call you later.
Yeah, and as you guys are talking, suddenly a very large man with a like wearing a dark suit, looks like a bodyguard, kind of pushes his way through the crowd. Says, "Miss Trent, are you all right?" And she waits and she's like, "Yes, I'm fine. I think it's just a fire alarm. Will you get the car?" He says, "Right, no, I'll be right back." And he heads off to get, or he makes a call. I think he stays there, and then within a few seconds, a sleek black car is pulling up. She says, "Well, it was lovely to see you. I'll wait for your call then."
Yeah. She like leans in for an awkward hug because she doesn't know what to do because Swin panics constantly. Gives her a hug and just like, "All right, we'll see you later."
Yeah, she returns the awkward hug and heads to her car, and a few more awkward goodbyes after that, and her car leaves.
Swin immediately like goes into her. She has her cyber comms like to talk to whomever is on the other end. It's just like, "All right, it's good. We're done. I'm clear. I am clear."
I'm like 15 feet behind
Oh
you.
God. Hey, I did good.
Yeah.
Solid.
So, you gonna call her?
Oh gods, no. I mean, I probably should at some point because she is a contact that pays a lot of good money for a lot of things, but that was the most anxious evening I've ever had in my life, and we went, base jumping, so, not the sexy anxiety way, but like the I was, I knew where you were the whole time, and I was really conscious of what I was saying, but I also had to be charming because I had to keep her entertained. So, yeah. Did it go well?
I think you have to be the judge of that.
I mean, did you guys get what you needed to get?
Oh, yeah, it's fine.
Good. That's what we wanted, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as the black car left, Klaxon would have been pulling around, but he was leaned back in the Tesla seat, and he never sat up or anything. He just was like, total control module. So the thing just starts moving by itself. And once it gets close, he pops the seat up and then hops out and comes around the vehicle and opens the door for you. And just in case.
You're gonna ride your bike back. Do you want company? Yeah. Cool. I'm just gonna ride back with Choke if that's cool with you guys. We're good?
And when you say that, or when you guys step out, Klaxon has Spider Ball throw up the jamming field. So if anybody was taking pictures or whatever, it would not, they wouldn't come out together, basically.
Right.
So he'll throw and then as you walk past, he'll put his hand out and Spider Ball bounces out into his
Swing
into his
goes
hand.
for a handshake and then it's like, oh.
And then the Spider Ball jumps.
So yeah, you can ride with me.
Thanks. Cool.
I am. Enjoy your company.
Like right now?
Just. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna drive the thing then, as he's in there at the door.
All right. You all load up into your respective cars and bikes and head back to the workshop to go through your data and decide what to do next. Last bits. Let's do our any closing bits with Swin before we go, or is that the best place to leave it?
That was pretty choice.
Yeah. Okay, I'm good with that then. All right.
She said what you told her to say. Did it work?
I'm so proud.
We'll never know.
Okay. We'll call our session there then, because it is 11 o'clock and it's closing time. Okay. God, that was a train wreck. I thought last week's episode was a train wreck. Okay. Thank you.
The job went great, okay?
The job did go great. Yeah, everybody gets 2 more XP for the successful planning of and execution of the...
I level up.
Damn.
Yeah, I've actually got 2 waiting in the wings that I gotta spend right now.
Okay. Two levels, 2
Yeah.
improvements. Oh, jeez. What are you guys at? Right? You 5?
6.
That's your 6th. You're on
My
4.
My 6th.
Jeez. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys are getting up there. All right.
You guys would let me fight people. I have 17.
We'll shoot at you more often. Sorry.
Just every once in a while, just surprise me.
Everyone's just take my flash shotgun out of my clutch and just shoot you.
Not tonight, Klaxon.
XP!
Oh.
I'm sure there'll be plenty of things for you to fight in the future. We'll just get creative. Anyway, thank you everyone for watching and continuing to watch this adventure we've been on. We will be back next week to see what happens next. In the meantime, join us tomorrow at 7 o'clock for Saturday night's Star Power, where we're playing Overarms, which is a new game. Just ended its Kickstarter with Rookie Jet Studios. Should be up on Drive Through RPG, if not now, soon. And it's really fun. It's about big JoJo energy, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Also Persona 5, Shaman King, Fate, that sort of stuff. If you like those sorts of anime, you'll really like it. So definitely come join us tomorrow. It's our second session. You can see everything that's going on there.
Do you want to do links?
End of session.
Yes, links. Thank you. I always forget about those. Let's do those real quick. So at the end of our session, we determine who or knows you better than they did before. You can improve your relationship with them, called links in this game. Does anyone have one that immediately stands out? Morgan is always like on it every time with links. Yeah, Morgan, who you got?
I feel like Clarity and Impulse are closer because of the whole date debacle.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the same thing. So
Yeah. Yeah.
We roll over then.
Ooh. So Clarity's rolls over. So you gain an XP, and you also will do a scene next week. I'll write that down. And then Impulse, are you still... You didn't roll over with Clarity?
I did not roll over. We just got
Okay.
one.
All right, cool. Awesome. So that's 2 down there. Choke.
I'm gonna say Impulse.
Okay.
Can I also say Impulse?
Yes.
We had a makeover montage.
It's
I mean,
And she
true.
spied on you,
You
and
can't
interfered
say-
in your relationship.
That's true. You can't take that back.
No, that's just a thing now.
I was accosted
You were.
and given a time limit that I wasn't responsible for. It was very stressful.
I apologize for nothing.
That was choice, said.
Yeah, Sid was on a next level shit today with
I
some of that
really
shit that was
don't know where
happening.
that I blame the claw.
Yeah,
It's
brings you to a place.
Mhm.
Okay, and then
An impulsive
Klaxon.
place, you might say.
Klaxon, who do you got?
Swin. Literally, it's the only thing. Klaxon's always hard to have any kind of anything with. He's just I created a rogue long time ago. It was Sam, a simple man in simple clothes, and that's kind of where Klaxon's at. He's just
But
kind
he's
of
so easy to talk to.
It's very easy to talk to.
But yeah, I mean, is that feasible? Can I
Yeah.
say Swin? All right,
Yeah.
I do have her down here on my contacts. So
Yeah, so Swin, yours goes up 1 with Klaxon.
I cannot wait to be accosted about this relationship a second time.
you shall. That's my job, I guess. I have been assigned to.
Amazing. So now we have actually done everything. Thank you for the reminder. Like I said, join us tomorrow for Saturday Night Star Power. You can see our full schedule below us on Twitch. We have shows all throughout the week. Every day except for Mondays and Wednesdays. So you can join us for all sorts of fun stuff. Go to our YouTube if you want to see anything that we've done in the past. You can see all the other streams and one-shots and all sorts of fun stuff that we've done over our years here at GGK. Hundreds, if not thousands of hours for you to watch at this point with all the games that we've done. Let me think if there's anything else. Does anyone have any announcements or anything else that they want to plug?
Yep. This episode was brought to you by Tab.
Oh,
They
poor
are
Tab.
discontinued.
Rip.
No.
Vintage Tab.
Ooh.
That is old Tab. Look at
You
that
want-
logo.
Put
Damn.
some F's in the chat for tab.
F
You
in
wanna-
the chat. F
You-
for Tab.
You want to know when this was bottled
Tell me.
Well, it's a can, so.
or canned?
So bottled,
canned.
never. Trick question.
1993.
I was a baby.
Are
I can't-
you
Wow.
okay right now?
I
Chief?
was
almost
not
as old as me.
born.
Morgan didn't exist yet.
I was gonna say, like,
I
I'm pretty
know.
sure that can of soda is older than most of my younger siblings. So
Yep. I have saved this can of Tab because they discontinued Tab once before, and so I saved this can, and it's been floating around in my menagerie ever
Please?
since.
Oh, honey.
Please make sure there are several people around you who are able to assist you when you open that.
Drink when I drink it.
Just
All right,
It's
kid.
older than
Don't
me,
drink it.
though.
be safe.
Yeah,
No,
don't
do
drink
it.
it.
Save it until the end. Your final act.
Yes.
Drink that can of tab.
Like the end of
on
your
your
life.
deathbed.
Oh boy.
tab.
Bring me the tab.
Tab, quickly. My final wish. The succulent refreshment of tab.
Oh my god.
God.
This episode has gotten away from us.
Oh, when does
People
it not?
in chat, this is normally the conversation that we're having
After.
after the stream.
It's true.
Thank you so much for joining us for this when we finally start recording these and putting them up on YouTube. One of these days. But yeah, like I said, we'll be back same
GGK
time.
OnlyFans.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
It's just this and then Sid's inspirational talks.
Yes. Yeah.
Anytime, darlings. Anytime.
Wonderful. All right. That's it. I don't have anything else unless anybody else had anything. No. All right. You are all wonderful. You out there watching us are all wonderful. We will see you all in a week. And until next time, good game and good night, Internet.